Right, welcome back. Last time we did a lot of conquest of the remaining Europeans in Indonesia. So all that's left is, well, kind of. Some of it, like Iberia, was literally just separatist movements doing their thing and giving me an opportunity. In fact, Iberia just did that against Portugal. Don't ask how Portugal got this province. It was English, became Vietnamese, became Portuguese via expedition system, then became Viet again. And I'm mopping that up. I've also conquered most of Vietnam, basically the stuff that was controlled by what was left of Great Xia. And also took a few provinces down here off of Ming before they got subsumed by Great MEIOU and, well, France. I'm hoping to be, well, so I do have the conquest requirements, which is to have, well, one of 6 major cities, as well as at least 20 cities. The real requirement is to get 70 legitimacy, which is, I'm not sure if I can even get before the end of the game. At the very least, I want to see if it gets me cores everywhere, or it's just one of those where, oh hey, you core for free every province that you own in these continents. Congratulations. What, you want cores everywhere? Well, we're not doing that, are we? Yeah. The war with France is going well, relatively. I'm currently working on smashing the navy here to bits as best as I can, and occupying as many of these islands as possible. Though it's slow going because I'm not particularly enthused at the idea of, well, leaving my navy in a fairly vulnerable position of being split apart. But yeah, let's see how it goes. There's this episode and probably another one. Depends on whether or not I can continue to maintain interest in playing the last 16-ish years of the game. Oh boy, okay. Yes, but clock. That doesn't seem like enough to me. Bin, dung. Dili is one half of the island. Doesn't look like it. Yeah. No, not quite what I want. Sudden drop in enthusiasm. Are they getting close to 0? Yes. Ah, it's because I'm making gains. Yeah, probably be for the best to cut my losses and take what I can get out of the peace deal. Save anything else for a potential final war in the near future. Yep, that's pretty much all I can take. Which I'm fine with. It's most of what I want. Still this little archipelago down here, but yeah. One more war should be enough to grab it. Okay, suffrage movements. In England, criticism of political corruption in Parliament led to a growing movement demanding the vote for all adult men, regardless of his wealth, and for salaries for members of Parliament so that working class men could serve. This Chartist movement grew increasingly strong in the 1840s and led to the expansions of the electorate, although not to all men. Stability cost interval -1%. Central banking. Since banknotes were now backed up with gold, the government gave a monopoly on printing them over to a central bank. In exchange for this power, the bank was required to only print as many notes as they could back up with their reserves, or with reasonable loads. Yearly interest -0.5%, settler growth +3, enables the Clipper, the final transport ship. Which probably is a bit heftier than my current East Indiamans. Oh yeah, they have 50% more cannons. Jeez. They've been better at defending themselves. Dominion tactics. Dominion tactics emphasized massed infantry charges with high morale as the key to victory. At close range, enemy advantages and firepower were neutralized, and it became a contest to see whose spear would break first. Soldiers who trained for such an eventuality would have the edge. Land morale +0.6, combat wits +3, infantry shock +0.05, cavalry shock +0.02, +0.2. Enables Dominion infantry. Or breech-loaded riflemen, which I would prefer the breech-loaded riflemen. They have more effective fire. Right, okay, so let's see here. I could in theory reform. Or I could just sit around and not do anything, in the hopes of getting my legitimacy up. Well, minor reforms should be fine, so... Expand and standardize examinations. I can't really afford anything else. Well, I don't want to do this because it lowers admin efficiency. Although it does lower provincial corruption, it's not really worth the cost, not in my opinion. Concession stage liberties. Let's not touch that. Promote. That's not the thing I meant. Shit. Formship devotion. Donate to the church. It's hoping to promote and support commerce, not promote burgher autonomy. God, that's severely raise their power, which I would prefer not to be the case, but, well. Okay, yeah, the Europeans are definitely picking apart China via expedition. I guess the century of humiliation has begun with this. With the ascension of Great Yu. And the Empire has divided yet again. Yu is no longer great, though they still hold the mandate for the moment. For the moment. Wonder how long that's going to last. Come on, bring legitimacy up. Now. I swear if I get a succession in the next few years. Okay, good. It didn't even go through a whole beat of the song, so that's nice. So yeah, there was some oddity earlier, which meant I was sitting here waiting for 10 minutes for this year to pass by, so I just closed the game, and, well, forced the game to close, and booted it up again. Thankfully I had already on to save, so I just needed to wait through the yearly tick, which for some reason stalled out, but okay. Right, let's grab tech first. Mini balls were muzzle-loaded spin-stabilized rifle bullets made out of lead. Rather than being a round ball, mini balls were pointed and had grooves in their side to add aerodynamic stability. This increased the precision of long-range rifles. Cavalry and infantry fire plus +1, artillery fire +1. Battleships. Large ships whose hulls were covered with iron, ironclad battleships could withstand cannon fire. This made them powerful, but slow-moving fortresses, whose primary job was to be the center of the battle line. Hence the name. Ship durability plus 5%, naval force limit plus 5%, naval engagement with plus 5%, naval morale plus 0.5, enables the steam battleship for other people, as well as pathing rank 6. Abolishment of serfdom. The lot of urban workers had improved, but many peasants still lived as serfs, tied to the land they worked, unable to leave it, demand higher wages, or change jobs. Abolishing serfdom allowed the movement of peasants to the cities, encouraging industrialization at the cost of agricultural instability and demands for further reforms. Nevertheless, it was adopted by Warsaw and Prussia in 1807, Estonia in 1816, Livonia in 1819, Austria in 1848, and finally Russia in 1861. Admin efficiency plus 5. I have so many mill points, I'm just going to grab another attack. United infantry. Rather than maintaining separate regiments of line infantry and skirmishers, light infantry were capable of doing both roles as needed. With breech-loading rifles, they could act as sharpshooters, yet still reload quickly enough to fire in-line formation. If an enemy reached their lines, they could attach a bayonet and fight hand-to-hand. By maintaining armies of light infantry, it allowed armies to develop uniform training and tactics. Siege ability plus 15%. Whew. Military tactics plus 0.5, maneuver plus 10%, infantry fire plus 0.05. Enables Armstrong guns, the last unit type. Upgrade. I guess I'll just grab fiat currency too. So shortages of speci, gold and silver, led to shortages of banknotes as well. When war measures demanded gold, the central banks could not provide. Some governments took the step of printing banknotes that were not backed up with gold. Instead, they were banked up with the trust that the government would remain stable, allowing the banknote to be exchanged for goods and services at a reasonable rate. This fiat currency was not popular with merchants, but it was very popular with governments needing funds. Yearly interest minus 0.5, trade range plus 150, trade efficiency plus 1%. Wow, lots of interest reductions. It's down to 1.5%. Nice. Right, I'll do a bit of internal maintenance. I'm not going to be passing any major reforms. Possibly minor ones? I mean, autonomy is going down fast. So I can reform sovereign law. Like right now. Wow. Sure. Which means I could do this, but I cannot afford to burn any legitimacy right now if I want to take a certain decision in the near future. Alright, you concessions to ancient liberties. Promote support commerce. Perform a shift of devotion and donate to the church. Let's not touch anything there. Okay, don't need to do anything there. Really? Someone's already taken the Communist Manifesto? It's 1840. Oh, alright. No, actually, I could use the admin points for coring later on. So, I'm trying to get my legitimacy up to 70, so that I can finally take this decision to claim the Celestial Empire. 70 legitimacy is tough. But yeah, Grit U has collapsed. Again. It was a devastating war against Portugal that did the thing. Yes, Portugal. I'm fairly certain they dragged in England too, but still. When you get defeated by just England and Portugal, okay, so I figure England has the territory for Great Britain, it's just that they've never formed it for some reason. Don't ask me why, just, yeah. Oh, and Bohemia is apparently trying to form the, what was it called in Divergences of Darkness? The Elben Union? Yeah. Fighting off Scandinavia to do so. I mean, it's less correct. It's not 100% correct, but it's correct enough. For the purposes of making the joke. Yeah, we've got warlords again. I was making jokes about the century of humiliation. I wasn't expecting it to collapse this readily. Yeah, I would actually do these reforms if I didn't really want to have the legitimacy necessary to take the decision, because among other things, I just want to see if I can get cores all over China without having to own the provinces. If it's not the case, then I guess claiming the mandate as someone other than maybe Korea or Daeviet is just a pipe dream. But yeah. I'm still maintaining rank 2, but power projection has been completely maxed out because I was able to get most of the provinces off of France that were in this general, inside of Southeast Asia and Taiwan. What's left is just these Lesser Sunda Islands, as well as the vast majority of the Molucca state. Technically there's these islands, but, well, they're kind of part of India, sort of. I mean, I'll probably end up picking them up if I get the war score really quickly during the next war, which I'm not sure when I'm going to do. I kind of want to beat up China first. And, well, claim the mandate so I can grab these provinces as straight-up cores. So there's no coring cost associated. Would be a lot of aggressive expansion, yes, but still. However, it is nice that the name is stretching across this entire territory. Again, I still have the most dev overall of any specific nation, especially after China collapsed. I've got over 40% more, jeez. Still, I am only rank 2 though. I would have to beat up France just a bit more and then just sweep into China and grab as many cores as I can. Assuming I get cores again. Again, just assuming that. I did do some minor reforms though. Pretty much got all the important stuff. There's instituting literacy tests, which I am avoiding on for the moment because I don't like strengthening the elites. There's also completely depoliticizing the civil service, which, yeah. And then there's rotating tenures, well, systematic rotation of tenures, which lowers admin efficiency and welfare, so... That one is one that's a little less good because it has rather severe debuffs associated with it. Anyway, I think I've gone on long enough. Probably should do some more filling in of provinces with some rapid colonizing. I mean, I might as well. I do have only one colonist, but I can always start new colonies by recalling and sending them along. Yeah. Anyway, I've gone on long enough. I'll see you again next time. Until then, bye. It will be the final episode since there's only 16 years left in the game.